Yo, people, what's going on? Back again with another episode on popular opinions, and a lot's been going on. What you saying, my guy?
Jeez, this has been a crazy week of football, boy. I'm good though. I'm good. Soap opera things right now.
It's mad, bro. Bruv, the whole thing's been an absolute madness, bro. I can't even lie. Bro. I don't even know. Bruv, I don't even know where to start. Let's just go through
I don't
some
even know.
things.
Yeah, where do
We'll go
we
through
even
some
start,
things.
man?
Jose
Yeah.
Mourinho, yeah? Jose Mourinho gets sacked for allegedly opposing the Super League. I don't believe that. And then secondly, Super League gets scrapped out of nowhere, and the new Champions League format looks exactly like the Super League, yeah, except it's not a closed door in it, so it allows people to come in and out. So basically, it looks like the Super League people, yeah, stole the Champions League format, yeah, but said, yo, like, we're just gonna have in all the big clubs with the big money and keep everyone else out. But they basically suck the whole flipping they basically suck the whole structure of it, blood, which is absolutely mad. And then Tottenham got Ryan Mason as manager, bruv. When you've got Chris Powell, that's probably been in the game of football, yeah, longer than Ryan Mason's been born, bro. Like,
yeah,
there's so many things going on right now.
So
it's all mad.
So even to start, yeah, we may as well get it out of the way. The whole Tottenham thing, right? So listen, one of the things that make me laugh. Look, when I first saw this Super League chat on, obviously it's not the first time it's come up, but on Sunday it was coming to fruition, innit? Listen, a lot of people thought I was taking digs at Arsenal and Spurs, innit? But initially when I saw it, even before the anger kicked in of exactly what they're trying to do and the ramifications into how they're going to damage the football pyramid, they're going to damage people's lives, the dreams of other future players and whatever, which we'll come to. The first thing that came to my head, even before Jose got sacked, was who does Spurs and Arsenal think they are? To even accept that situation in it, to even accept that you're part of the Super League. Fair enough. They didn't sack Jose Mourinho, right? Which obviously I'm not obviously biased. I'm a fan of Jose Mourinho in it, yeah. But I think that even before the Ryan Mason thing, which we'll come to in a second, sacking the man who got you to a cup final that you basically got the Champions League final on through pure spirit, yeah, and great coaching on certain times. You had two near misses through Ajax and Man City, but you got to the final, great stuff, yeah. But besides that, I think Tottenham's been in one final in the last 12 years. You got to a final, you're up against it. Listen, Jose Mourinho, one of the only good things he's good at, yeah, is winning some of these one-off games. That's one of his strengths. He's never lost a final in 90 minutes, ever. He's never lost a game by more than 2-0 in any final, ever. So you're now taking him out of that, okay? And then as soon as I saw him get sacked, before I even if I thought it was a bad idea, I thought, you know what? Just like how when Poch got sacked, they're going to have someone straight away to replace. Maybe they got Max Allegri. I don't know. Bro, they brought in a 29-year-old Ryan Mason, who, with no disrespect to him, he wasn't even, it's not like he was flipping, like, he wasn't even highly regarded as a player. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, even before I know he got a really heavy injury, obviously, that damaged his career. But even when he was in his peak, he wasn't even highly regarded. So they brought him in, yeah, which is almost like a supply teacher before a cup final, yeah, I don't know if they're trying to do a Scott Parker, a Ollie, a Arteta, I don't know what they're trying to do. But they've done that over, which is which you're going to probably come to, over Chris Powell, which don't make no sense because literally he has been in football probably,
and Ledley King as well, bro.
and Ledley King, which, by the way, Ledley King, yeah, even if you wanted to say, okay, Chris Powell, don't know if he can hack it in a top Premier League job, because Ledley King has been a coach for Tottenham for years. He's a fabric of the Tottenham. There's no reason to not.
Bruv, he's Mr. Tottenham, literally, bro.
Bro, he's literally there. If you were to ask a Tottenham fan who's their greatest ever Premier League player, they'll probably say Ledley King 9 times out of 10. So you overlook these two men. I don't know why. I wonder why. I have no idea. There's do you know what I'm saying? It sounds
Ryan Mason. There's only one right answer, blood.
Yeah, it sounds about white. That's all I'm gonna say, innit? And then obviously Ryan Mason comes in, and all he does in his interview is say basically Vibes FC. We're gonna play like Tottenham. Bro, get out of here, man.
Tottenham are done out here, bro. Bruv. Listen, bro. Ryan Mason,
bro. The mad thing is, like, think about it. They even showed the last game he played for Tottenham in the starting 11, bro. He was in the starting 11 with 6 of the players who's still in the game now. So I'm gonna find it so difficult for players like Kane to respect a man like Ryan Mason. Like when Ryan Mason's shouting at man, bro, come on. I was probably teaching you up until about a year ago. I was probably teaching you, and now all of a sudden you're teaching me. Come on, man. Come on. It's just a mess, bro. If you're gonna do that interim thing, don't bring in someone who has a bit of prestige or respect that can instantly come in and command some respect. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, don't make that mistake. But obviously, the only hope they've got now is a new manager bounce. And like I said, Daniel Levy, I don't know if Daniel Levy played this. A lot of people say it's because of trying to get rid of Jose before he's in the top 4, so it's a lower payout. Or people say that Daniel Levy constructed this thinking he's going to get the big payout from the European Super League.
Listen, man said already, yeah. Jose better cash that check now before it bounces, fam, because man thought the Super League money was going to be there. Watch when Levy just moves the money to another account, bruv. Are you mad, bruv? His peak. He thought he was getting the 350 M's, blood. Man, like Mou-dini, blood, the Great Escape, blood. I told man already about Mou-dini, bruv, the Great Escape artist, bro. He saw this little thing. He saw the window open and he jumped out, bruv. I'm telling you. He got himself sacked on purpose. This thing wasn't even guaranteed to happen. And you're trying to tell me that he took a bullet for football. Man are chatting was. He saw opportunity to jump before he was pushed and he jumped, bro. He wanted to get out of there with that money. That's his biggest payoff in his career. 30 million, bro. Altogether, he's made 95 million off flipping severance packages.
No wonder he's smiling when he's leaving when he's walking to his apartment, mate. Do you know what I'm saying? But like on a serious, like Daniel Levy, obviously everyone knows from if they watch the documentary and they've watched interviews with Daniel Levy, they know how much he loves the American culture of sport in it, which is the reason why he wanted so badly for NFL games to be hosted at White Hart Lane. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying?
100%, bro.
But obviously, this whole game has worked out. I think it's worked out badly for him, because he probably thought this European Super League was definitely going to happen. Yeah, and like I said, now the money, he probably thought, you know what, we can get rid of Jose. We can pull up the war chest with 200M on transfers. We can get in another man after I bully Ryan Mason for 3 months or 6 months. And do you know what I'm saying? But now all of that's gone tits. It's gone all tits up now, because now the reality is they're stuck with an okay team that 2 of their best players are probably going to leave in the summer, and they got Ryan Mason as a manager with no European Super League.
Yeah,
that's it.
Whole thing's banter, innit? Tottenham are finished. They're done, innit? I don't know what's going on, bro. You know what I'm saying? I can't say I'm gonna miss them, but bruv, it's emotional for them, bro. It's peak, fam. Like Levy was literally banking on that money, bruv. With the stadium debt and all these other things, he was banking on that piece, bro. He was banking on that piece.
This is the period now.
They're gonna have to sell Harry Kane, blood.
Yeah, unless Tottenham get top 4 somehow, which is almost no chance going to happen. But unless they get top 4, this is the point when Kane has to leave. Like, there is no listen. If the Poch sacking was not strange enough and annoying him enough, to sack Jose to let Ryan Mason take over during a crucial period of the last part of the season. No. That's mocking that. No. I did at that point. I would literally go to Daniel Levy and say, "No, you're taking a piss now. No,
Yeah.
you're actually taking a piss. You're taking a piss." So anyway, we'll see. But Tottenham's done out here now, innit? And they right now, I know we're going to talk about the Super League in a second, but they right now are even teetering on this big six. You know, when we talk about big six, like, yeah, they're big six in terms of size of team, stature, not even stature, but stadium, probably fan base. But the truth is, bro, Leicester and Everton are better than them. Leicester and Everton's going to overtake them and replace them in the next couple of years anyway. And Arsenal,
but that's
Arsenal
why they wanted to do the
dangerous.
Super League in the first place. Because when you look at it, when you look at Manchester United, Arsenal, Tottenham. Actually, let me take Tottenham out of there. Manchester United and Arsenal, yeah, two of the most successful Premier League teams. What's the gap between Manchester United, Arsenal, Leicester, Everton? It's a very small gap, bro, in terms of ability. Considering the money that both United and Arsenal have spent, they're not that far away from Everton and Leicester, bro. And that's worrying for them. Do you know what I mean? And when you look and you can now see that Manchester United can't do what they used to do, go to other clubs and take their best players, yeah, because everyone else has got money, the gap's been getting smaller and smaller and smaller, bro. So what do they have to do? Break away so they can keep monetizing the badge and not have to worry about success. That's it, bro. That's why these clubs wanted to break away, especially Arsenal as well, bro. Banter thing, bro. Them man ain't been in Champions League for like 6 years or something like that. So what better for them to be in a tournament where they don't have to win anything and they're gonna get their P's, bro, because their days of competing for titles are over.
Bro, they can't even get top 4 every year anymore. And
bro, the only way they're gonna compete for a title is if they get a brand new owner and they start all over again, bro.
Yeah,
that's the only way, bro.
Which is unlikely to happen. Like, I know we're gonna talk about owners shortly, but I see Kroenke as probably the lowest chance. He's the least likely to.
He ain't going nowhere. He ain't even apologized, blood. He's like,
bro, Kroenke doesn't even bother coming to the UK to watch man play, bro. He doesn't care, bro. He's not even watching, bro. He's watching flipping reruns of flipping Dallas, mate. Like, instead of watching Arsenal, he doesn't care about. He don't care about Arsenal. He never has as a football club. But the owners that we're talking about today, like, come on, like, these man is in it for business and making money. And I feel like what the last 3 or 4 days has kind of shown, it's been a wake-up call to fans that, like, the love is not a two-way street. You may love your club deeply, but your club doesn't necessarily love you. And that's the reality. That's the sad reality of it. Like, in case, before, when there was no signings for years and there was transfer issues and players leaving and bad manager decisions, you used to always think there's a reason behind it. There's a reason why we didn't spend any money this summer. Did this or that. And there was always these excuses. Now, this is clarification that they do not care. They don't care about you, the fan. They couldn't care less. And even these apologies now are just jokes, like almost like, we've heard you and we're sorry. Like, bro, come on.
Some joke thing, innit?
Come on. Do you know what I mean?
Some joke thing, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? So the whole thing's scandalous, innit? The whole thing, the Jose thing's banter. Bottom line is he got sacked, innit, because he wanted his money and he knew they were going to finish outside the top 4 and he probably didn't fancy his chances of winning a cup final. And he probably looked at it and said, right, if I lose a cup final and finish outside the top 4, that's probably his worst job that he's done in his whole career, bro. So he thought, it's not worth it. I'm dipping to save face.
So yeah, and sometimes when you jump at times like this, it especially someone who's so good at spin like Jose, it will make him look better because now you never know. Even if Ryan Mason somehow beats City next week, Jose could go for the rest of his life and say, I would have won that game anyway. Do you know what I mean? Like, he can say that, but because it never happened. If he lost the game and he got slapped up, then he almost doesn't have any pot to piss in. There's nothing you can say. If he got sacked after that game, no, he doesn't have anything to say. Whereas look at the Man United job. For the rest of his life, as much as Man United fans say how bad he was. Look at my man's doing like Paddy Power adverts, even saying even not all what was it? Not all trophy, not all
not all
successes, not all successes
bring trophies or something.
He has made it. He's crafted this. He spun this to make it that what he done at United was a great job.
Bro, he's still trying to feed that to people. The second place, the best thing I ever did and all this. Bro, the guy's a con artist, bro. Some man have to call him Mou-dini, the Great Escape, bro. I'm telling you, he's an absolute fraud of a guy, bro.
But let me tell you though, Daniel Levy is a funny character as well, though, because if you're gonna listen, like I was saying in the group chat, if you're gonna get rid of Poch, same man who done it, who got rid of him, Daniel Levy, you got rid of him at a random time of the season when he was off form, and you went for a man for one reason. You didn't go for this man because of teamwork, because of how he brings the chemistry of the team together, because of how he develops players, or even how he develops your club PR off the field. You don't bring him into the club for anything else besides bringing trophies, bringing results.
Nothing.
So to sack him on before the cup final, you should have let him hang himself to dry. Like if you're so sure he's not the man, let him hang himself. You should be like, cup final, win. If you lose it, I'm sacking you the later in the day or the following day. But what you've done now, Levy, is you sacked the man before the cup final. Now, if things don't work out in the next couple of months, like you don't finish top 4 and you lose on Sunday, people will be on you, Levy. That's why it's stupid, because you got rid of Poch for this guy. So you should have followed through. You know, a lot of the time it's conviction, you know, like sometimes you just got to follow through on what you're going to do, regardless. Like with Wenger, for years, people told him, stop trying to pass the ball in, stop trying to play silky football, play more like Jose, play more like Sir Alex. You need to be more ruthless. He was like, no, man, I'm playing the way Arsene Wenger and Arsenal should play. Now, many people, when he left his career, when he left Arsenal, say that in hindsight, he should have been more ruthless. He should have changed his style of play. They would have brought more trophies. But at least he owned up and openly said, this is me. This is the way we play. This is the way I
don't think Wenger's style of play was the reason why things went sideways. I think that the investment wasn't good enough in terms of the players he brought in. Because if you look at what Arsene Wenger did, he spent little money, he brought in very good players, but then as soon as the teams around him started to spend more money, his team started to fall behind. It's nothing to do with his style of play, bro.
I get that with respect, but there was because
he didn't want to go out and spend 80 million on players, 50 million, 60 million. He didn't believe in that. Do you know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
And Louis Van Gaal was similar. Them kind of coaches, believe in bringing in players and improving them and molding them as opposed to buying ready-made players. And ultimately, that's what cost man his job, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? They're not buying ready-made players, innit? Like, and you can look at Klopp, Klopp's kind of similar. He's not really buying ready-made players. He's been buying players that are at a good level, but they haven't peaked yet. They're not in their prime, innit? And when you do that, you can't compete, bruv. Like long term, bro.
Yeah, but exactly. So this is what I'm saying, though. But when I mean Wenger, not just passing the ball in, but the whole way that his mentality towards football was, that is what I mean in it overall. Like you said, molding players, wanting to bring players from a certain culture and style of play. Even nationality at some points. Do you know what I'm saying? Even nationalities at some points, he was very heavily towards, of course, French players. Or French-speaking players, should I say. So, end of the day, and even as much as you say a style of play, you're right, 100%. But there was a lot of periods of the season during 2005 to 2010, they could have put on title runs and they fluffed their lines because he wasn't more direct in his style of play in comparison to a lot of other teams. And he was trying to pass the ball in too much. even when they desperately need a goal. Do you know what I'm saying? So, but I get what you're saying. Ultimately, his biggest downfall is that they didn't spend enough money in it and bring in ready-made players like Chelsea did or like Man United did at the time.
Precisely.
But anyway, long story short, all I'm trying to say is, Levy, you've now made it so people listen. 2 years ago, you asked a Spurs fan, people say they love Levy. Most of the time, because of the way he brought in Poch, the way he has helped bring in money into the club with partnerships, the way he's helped rebuild kind of their stature without winning anything. Ultimately, he's done a good job. But in the last 18 months, from sacking Poch and then not allowing Jose to die on his own sword, and then bringing in Ryan Mason, the
whole thing doesn't make any sense, bro. And everyone, I'm seeing people talking about the voice note that's being sent around. I heard it. You heard it, innit? It was in our group chat.
I heard it.
Bruv, it sounds so much like Jamie. Them man are saying it's not Jamie Redknapp, but bruv, I know his voice, innit? And if that's not Jamie Redknapp, that's the best impersonator I've ever heard. Because that sounds exactly like him. So I'm going to say it's him, mate. Yeah. I'm going to say it's him, mate. And I'll tell you what, that makes sense. If he sacked man outside the top four, then the severance package is lower. I'm sure that was probably in the thing. It makes sense.
But do you not think that in the grand scheme of things, though, at the time, they were about to get 350 mil from the European Super League. That severance payout difference. Yeah, but that severance payout, the difference in that payout is minute in comparison to the wins that they were going to get in it from that. But
yeah, maybe that is what. Think about this as well, though, because if you're in the Super League, then you don't have to finish in the top four anyway. Do you know what I mean? So he probably thought, right, there's an outside chance Jose might be able to push it in, but who cares? We don't need that. Do you know what I mean? And also, if we're in the Super League, we don't need a big name like Jose, like they had for the Amazon documentary. You don't need that at the club because, bruv, we're in. True. We've got our P's. It don't matter. United are in there with Solskjaer and he's bummy, blood. You know what I mean? And Arteta's in there and he's bummy as well, blood. So you don't need a big name. You don't need it. So he probably thought, you know what? We're sorted, yeah? Get rid of this guy. He's been pissing me off for a minute. That's what it looks like. It's true. And the players are probably fed up with him.
And you know what? It's another mark to the greed, which again we're going to talk about, but it's a mark of the greed in a sense to the football. So a lot of these football owners, including Tottenham, because Tottenham are looking at it like a prized asset. Like, look, we can pay flipping Ryan Mason peanut. We can pay him, and we can go into the European.
They'll probably keep him on the same money that he's on now to the end of the season.
Exactly. Because Ryan Mason's one of those guys who'll probably be like, "Yeah, boss, I'll do that. Yeah. Of course, I'll do that. Yeah." Bro, come on. You think man is coming in with negotiation tactics like Jose, bro? He's coming in like, I'll do it. Right, he's the sort of person when Levy will probably talk about the money, he'll be like, don't worry, boss. Don't
worry, I've got this. No, I mean, I'll prove that I'm worthy of an extension. Yeah, you ain't getting that job, B. You ain't getting it, bruv.
What do you make of his interview? His first interview is that.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, I turned it off. Ryan Mason, brother, Ryan Mason, bro. Even as a player, no one rated, man. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. I only remember who he is, yeah, because like my memory is just all right enough to remember who he is. But he never made no mark on football, blood. Like how man got the job ahead of Ledley, yeah, and Powell is just straight up racism, blood. That's all it is, innit? And if man had the same energy for racism that they had for this big Super Six breakaway thing, the thing would have been done. You know them, man. So as much as everyone's celebrating the fact that the Super League got crushed, yeah, that shows, yeah, that the fans and all these other people like Gary Neville and all these man, yeah, they can make enough noise, yeah, when it's something that benefits them, bro. That's just all it is. Them man don't give a flying.
But isn't it funny?
About
isn't it funny though? Like
they don't care, innit? Stop kneeling, bruv. That's why we'll stop kneeling. Stop kneeling. Scrap it. There's no point. Trust me. If they were kneeling in a football match that I was playing in, if I was playing even in a friendly game and I'm not kneeling, bruv, what's the point? What's the point? They should scrap it. Don't kneel anymore because They man have shown you that in 48 hours, they can take down a bunch of billionaires. Do you know what I'm saying? But man have been kneeling for how many months now? The whole of lockdown, man have been kneeling. And what's changed, blood? A black man just got suspended the other day for being racially abused. 3 games he got.
Yeah, let's not forget that the old head of FIFA, Sepp Blatter, said there's no such thing as racism in football. That's what he said.
Yeah, and he said it could be sorted with a handshake or something, bro. Fuck
yeah, it
this,
can be sorted with a handshake.
fuck the kneeling thing, bro. Fuck the kneeling thing. No, them ones. I just want them to start snapping people in half, bro, when they get racially abused and that. Stop complaining to referees, 100%. Bro. Just start taking man's ligaments out, bro. And then that's when you're gonna start seeing something. Because I'm tired, innit? I'm tired, bro. Violence is the only way, bro. I can't see it because the kneeling's not working, the peaceful thing's not working. These men in the press don't want to talk about it, so man have to start 2-footing guys, bro. That's just what needs to happen, innit? That's it. When Uncle Right stamped on Peter Schmeichel, yeah, like, bruv, that's what you gotta do, bruv. I feel like that's the only way. I feel like that's the only way now, bruv. You have to start stamping on man.
Then you just get a lengthy ban. That's it, innit? You take
it. But that's fine. It's fine. I'll take the ban, bro. You know what I mean, bro? You have to, innit? Because you know what? If I stamp man out and get a 9-match ban, yeah, they'll talk about it longer. They'll talk about it longer, bro. You know them ones, bro. You got to draw attention to the situation, bro. If I have to 2-foot the goalkeeper, yeah, for man to talk about a 2-foot the goalkeeper, because that's where we are now, bro. So nothing else is working.
I saw some statement, not even a statement, some message on, which is the sad part, is getting a lot of likes and retweets saying, yeah, racism, you can't compare racism to this Super League because racism is not as important because it's not damaging the game as much as it's damaging Euro Super League is damaging.
Yeah, but that's a correct statement though. But that is a correct statement though, because the Super League affects more people that they think matters than racism, innit? Because think about it, when you saw all them protests and then man cornered off the Chelsea bus, how many of them were black people? Hardly any of them.
Yeah,
so
I can't lie, I couldn't see any.
Well, there you go. So obviously, this Super League thing affects more white people because black people, especially in this country, they're only like 3%. So of course, the Super League affects more of them. So of course, they're not going to care about racism, bro. They're going to care more about this. He didn't lie, bro. That's it, bro. Like, if you're in a situation where you have to rely on other people to fight your battles for you, yeah, bruv, fuck that. That's why man don't want to talk about it no more. That's why man don't want to kneel no more. What's the point? I just start 2-footing guys, bro. That's just what man needs to do. Is what it is. Get man to talk about it.
For real, there's not really.
You know what I mean? Like the other day, goalkeeper got kicked in the face and that in the Champions League and that. Right, is what it is, isn't it? Some brother, maybe more of that needs to happen, bro. That's life. I don't know what else to suggest, bruv. Come on, I tried everything else, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? But the peaceful protesting don't seem to be working right now.
I'm not gonna lie. I think we're gonna see something like that soon, where a player is just gonna say, you know what, I'll happily hold a 10-game ban.
Bang man up in the tunnel, fam. That's what needs to happen.
I'm gonna hold a 10-game ban for this. That's
bruv,
it.
Hold it and just swang man's jaw in the tunnel. Boom. That's what needs to happen.
And you know what the best thing, and then what should happen is in the club that player plays for just says, you know what, yeah, go on holiday. It's good. You're all good. You know what I'm saying?
That's it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Slap on the wrist and that. Come on, bro.
That's it.
You know what I mean? That's what needs to happen. You know what I'm saying? And yo, Brandon, to your point, no one wants an apology for Manchester United. While the Glazers are there, what will an apology mean, bro? I told you, man, not to get excited about Ed Woodward leave because he's leaving, and then another accountant will take his place, blood. You know them ones. They got that what's it called? The Richard Arnold brother, another accountant, bro. United are a joke, innit? I don't want nothing from them. I told you, man, already. As soon as man started talking about the owners and calling it how it was, yeah, all of a sudden, man's not on the list no more to get the stuff they used to send me, bro. Fuck them. Man, I don't care about United, bro.
Yeah, but the thing is with and this is what's interesting about it, and we never know now because the Super League looks like it's done. Is that what this Super League was really going to test? Yeah, is a lot of people's integrity to their own values, isn't it? Because what it would have tested is not just the players and the coaches about what your opinion is and like how much, you know, you can't say you hate this and it's just sin and then actively continue playing for them or blah blah blah. Like, what are you gonna do? But the same with fans, in it, and the same with people who even talk about it. All of these pundits that talk about their disgust, but again, like we always say, is afraid to talk bad about the club because they're getting paid by them. And it's like sooner or later, and now we need to get to a point where people do not care if they're getting paid by them or they want a job by them. They're just being honest and real. It's the only way things are going to be fixed like this. Ian Wright, for example, first time I've ever seen Uncle ever cuss Arsenal. I don't think I've ever seen it.
He's done with them.
Bro, I never thought I'd see of every single player that's come out. That's the one player I never thought I'd see criticize their club. Because, bro, for anyone who don't know, bro, he's on the front of almost every shirt launch, everything. Him and Lacazette are like the pin-up boys. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. For Arsenal. Do you know what I'm saying? So him doing that has just shown, probably shown Arsenal, wow, we really effed up that much that even Righty doesn't care about the Arsenal bag anymore. Do you know what I'm saying? So you need more of that. Do you know what I mean? You need more of the honesty. But again, when you get the honesty, for people who are listening, what happens is the downside of it is you stop getting the call from that particular brand or club. Do you know what I'm saying? Because that particular brand or club wants you to only 100% speak good of them, even if they're doing bad. Do you know what I'm saying?
100%. When Ian Wright come out and he's atting Arsenal directly, bro, that's when you know that's what it is, bro. Man don't care about the bag no more. You know, like that, and that's what it is, bro. And you have to understand, if you care about what the team stands for, then you have to call them out, bruv. You have to call them out, even if it means, that you get blacklisted. No, and that's what happens, bro. Like, that's what these clubs do. They want you to keep sucking them off, even though they're doing shit. That's why a lot of these big fan channels and stuff like that, ain't speaking out against the club, bro, because they want to stay in favor. Like, fuck all that, bro. You know, that's just what it is, bro. Like, you've seen it all the time. And when you realize the politics in football, the higher up you go, bruv, the more you fall out of love with the game, bro. Because
trust me.
You know what it's like, bro. Like, I remember, like, even the other day, like, Poet went on the thing with Joe and Rio Ferdinand and that, and he said that he's speaking out about Kroenke and that, and then Arsenal, he was meant to have an interview with an Arsenal player, and he flew all the way to America, and they blocked him. Couldn't even go into that. Same thing happened to Troops. They blacklisted Troops and that. When he was out in the States, was meant to go into, he had like badges and that, like passes to go into something with Robbie and I think Tao, and then they found out it was them, man, and blocked them. So man's clubs be doing that, and man are still out here supporting these clubs, you know. Man are still out here supporting these clubs, bro, and really following them around and loving them, bro. Like, I can't love something that don't love me, bro.
And for people who don't realize that, start waking up and realizing, like, I'm not, again, bro, I get it. Everyone's on their different jobs or whatever, but you'll realize that some of the pundits you listen to, notice they'll never criticize their club. Just notice that they'll never, some players will spin, even if they ask directly, do you think what has happened is, what's your opinion on X club? And they won't openly criticize their club. Bro, that's because they are protecting their bag. That's what it's called, protecting your bag. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's as simple as that. Because people, listen, they do want to say something, but they also don't want to lose their bag. And when it comes to integrity, sometimes you have to be okay with taking an L somewhere. And a lot of people would have been tested in the next, I'll be real, in the next couple of weeks, it would have tested a lot of people in and out of the game on how they approach this situation. Do you speak out about your club? Do you not? Do you know what I'm saying? And ultimately now, a lot of people's blushes has been spared because they've not had to now. You know what I mean? It's been cancelled, and now they can go back to talking about, you know, how good their club is and whichever, or speaking positively only because they want that future job at Man City or Liverpool. Do you know what I'm saying? So that and that's the sad thing. And I think when it comes to football overall, the biggest ripple effect, because I know someone did just ask about did you want an apology? Do you know what? For me, an apology wouldn't have made much of a difference, but it did piss me off even more that they didn't even apologize. Because let me be honest, yeah, I was not shocked at this, yeah, at anything that happened in the last week, because we know what the owners are like, innit? We know what the Glazers are like. We know what Kroenke is like. We know what FSG is like. We know what all of these owners are like. But what is the actual biggest piss take of it all, yeah, which I said on Sunday, is the way it came out. You man came out on a Sunday, yeah, the only day that the stock market is not open, yeah, because you guys wanted to suck the markets on Monday. Number one, you then tried to come out on a Sunday afternoon at, like, depending on where you're based, basically Sunday afternoon for most people, yeah, with the news, or Saturday nights to Sunday morning. You then all tried to come out with all of your statements, all slapping it on Instagram and Twitter at the same time, meaning you're all coordinating it together, clearly, yeah? Oh, at 4 p.m., bro, it's almost like a call sheet, bro, yeah? It's like a call sheet. 4 p.m., guys, blah, blah, blah. Like, anyone who's been in this thing knows about call sheets and that. So it's like they coordinated the entire thing. They've written the statements from weeks ago. Over the last year to 18 months, they've been planning this, lying to people's faces about how top four's a target, Champions League's a target, winning the Premier League's a target, knowing Champions League they never wanted to be in. They didn't even plan to be in it. In fact, not only did they not plan to be in it, with immediate effect, they want to be out of it. Because, bro, this is what makes this more of a piss take. If you respected the fans, you would say, you know what? We're thinking about leaving the Champions League, or we are leaving, but not till 2025, to let people breathe and be like, okay, at least for the next 2-3 years, we're going to be in the Champions League, or we're going to still be here. We're still going to be there. You guys tried to come out of it 7 games before the end of the season on a Sunday afternoon. Are you taking a piss?
Bruv, that's what I'm saying. You know about the stock market, so you know how calculated this is. And it's funny how it's like everyone got forwarded. It's like them man forwarded them chain letters on WhatsApp, blood. Everyone come out with the same shit. Bro, they think we're stupid, bro. The whole thing was a money thing. The whole thing, man.
What did you make of the first turn of events with Czech shouting at the Chelsea man? Because obviously this is another thing I wanted to say in it. I've got nothing against City and Chelsea more than any other club in it, yeah, because they're all disgusting, yeah. But stop this narrative, yeah, of Chelsea and City. Oh, they got coaxed into it. They got pushed into it, bro. No one got pushed into nothing, bro. They're both billion-dollar companies and billion-dollar.
Yeah, but one thing I would say about Man City never needed the money, bro. They didn't need the money.
No, they didn't need the money. They didn't need the money.
And it's the same with Chelsea. Like Roman Abramovich didn't need the money, bro. Like the bottom line is, but them man jumped in, because everyone else was in anyway, and it was more of a fear of missing out thing. Because when you look at who's on the board, Chelsea and Man City ain't got no one on the board of directors, and every other club does.
Hold on, but no, yeah, I get that, but does that mean they're less responsible?
No, but it's not about less responsible. It's not less responsible. They still
made the decision with no.
They made the decision, but they came in late because they went in because everyone else was in there, bro. And also, they were still in the dark about everything. It's funny when I look at it, yeah. How have you got Joe Glazer that knows nothing about football, yeah, on the board, and Ed Woodward as well, bro, and Stan Kroenke? None of them know anything about football, bro. It's clear that these money men just got together, brought this concept to Disney and all these other people, to JP Morgan, got the money and everything together, and then went to Man City and thingy and said, oh, we're in it. You man might as well come with us. Here's the bag. And then man were like, well, boy, if it's going to happen anyway, we might as well be in it.
it's true that the interesting thing about the Super League, which is why it was so close to genuinely happening, is that let's not get it twisted. A lot of the clubs who are sitting there saying, "Oh, it's sickening," these 12 clubs that have involved. Let's not get it twisted. Most of these club owners, if they got the phone call, they'll probably be in it as well. I mean, Celtic and Rangers. If Celtic and Rangers got that phone call, they would be in it 100%. Celtic have been trying to get out of that league for about 15 years. Do you know what I'm saying? They've been, in fact, for most of our lives, they've been trying to get out of that Scottish league. There was a point that Celtic and Rangers was going to join the English divisions years ago. This was years ago. So, end of the day,
I don't think they'd really want that, blood, because them man wouldn't win nothing, bro. They'll get clarted. The Scottish are mad patriotic, bro. I don't know.
No, but you know the problem, though. No. You know the problem is, but listen, bro, you're saying that, but Celtic and Rangers wanted to join the English leagues like 10, 15 years ago. But I get what you're saying, but here's the thing.
I hear that, but with all the politics going on now, I still don't think they would leave now.
Yeah, well, true, bro. Listen, Celtic, they're winning. You're right. They're not going to win nothing in the European Super League. But what they're winning now, where does that really get them in it? Because, and this goes down to the UEFA model, Let's not get it twisted. There's a few people that I got in my group chat that they don't think that this European Super League was a good idea, but they don't see why people are getting so upset. And their point of view is more, listen, the UEFA model's broken, and these European Super League guys, they didn't want to necessarily leave their divisions. They just wanted to leave the Champions League initially.
Yeah.
And the truth is, one of the things that don't make sense in the Champions League, which is never fair, innit? This thing's called the UEFA Champions League. So how am I winning the championship in my country, let's say Scotland or Belgium, but I still need to qualify? You're finishing 4th or even 5th in your country, and you're going through straight away. No. And these are the sort of things that piss people off. And this is why the Super League, if they did call Anderlecht or Celtic or these, they might just be like, you know what? F UEFA, because we've been winning the league every year, and we still need to go through the qualifying rounds. You're finishing 3rd.
But that's I think that's because of UEFA coefficient, though.
I know, which is but again, that's another thing that people don't like, coefficients, because coefficients based on history and prestige over current success.
I get that, but also I'm talking about the coefficient of the league, not the coefficient of the actual clubs I'm talking about. Okay. Because if you're playing in the league that's 15th in Europe, you should have to flip in qualify, bruv, because your league's shit, blood. You know what I mean, brother? Man can't just be pulling up to play against Real Madrid and that. It's like that brother that went to the Olympics, for some random country and couldn't swim and that. You know, like that. That's some bullshit, fam. Brother, come on, man. You should still have to qualify. You still have to qualify. Man, go to the 100 meters and that. You don't have to qualify. Man, get to the 100-meter heats and that, and you're running 100 meters in 15 seconds. Because you're from Azerbaijan, bruv. Lawi. Nah, man, have to qualify, B. You know, like that. I can't have this.
Well, listen, it's still okay. Maybe in the country coefficients in it, but the club ones are still mad in it. Like that, the fact that, like, I think Man City won the league 2 years out of 3, and they were still second seeds. Where a team who's not been in the Champions League for like 3 years would come in, but because of their coefficients being high, because of their prestige and history, they'll still be second seeds or even first seeds. It's mad, isn't it? And I feel that's what annoys some people, where they feel like Man City's only become first seeds, I think, since last year. Do you know what I'm saying? So I feel some people feel like, isn't there any recency bias? Like, but the UEFA model is all about prestige, innit? Like, what is as a history, as a club, innit? And what have you done as a country, as a history? And that's probably, listen, I can see, all I'm trying to say is I can see where clubs and countries could get pissed off, innit? That I'm winning my country, my thing every year, but man still has to go through July qualifiers and that. Do you know what I'm saying? Qualifiers in June and that. But it's a tough one.
I agree with Vishnu. Yeah, the club coefficient is nonsense. Do you know what I'm saying? But the league coefficient.
Yeah, but how do you gauge it? But if I'm a Belgium league winner, why can't I can be like? But I'm better than the Premier League.
Nah, but bro, I'm saying, bro, league coefficient. Yeah, like how your teams do in Europe and stuff like that helps your league coefficient in it. That's why if England have 4 semi-finalists, one season, then they're stronger coefficient for the league, which means in the next season they might get an extra team and that. That's how you build your league coefficient. I don't disagree with that because, for instance, if there's like last season, I think we had 2 French teams, didn't we? We had
Lyon and
Thingy. So because you've got 2 French teams in the semis or something like that, straight away that's got to benefit them for next year. I think there's nothing wrong with that. Do you know what I mean? If you have like 2 English teams in, say this year, United and Arsenal make the final of the Europa League, and then who's still in the tournament? Man City and Chelsea make the final in the thing. Then if they say, yo, we're going to give 5 spots to England, it makes sense.
Which, by the way, I think, did that happen 2 years ago? I swear it was Chelsea, Arsenal, and Liverpool. Was Liverpool, Tottenham in the same year as
Liverpool,
Chelsea,
Tottenham, and Chelsea, Arsenal? Yeah, I think it was.
Is it all?
You know what I mean?
I think both. Yeah, that's mad.
Yeah. So look, if there's 2 German teams, 2 French teams, and then say you've got 4 English teams in the 2 finals or even the semi-finals, yeah, they should. Yeah, they should lean towards. They should lean towards more teams from that country, bro.
So you're saying so teams like Anderlecht and Celtic, they basically need Scotland need a team to go further and consistently to build up their coefficients, and that is the right way to go back.
Bro. Absolutely, because it's saying the last 5 years, but cool. There's nothing wrong with that because if you do well for 5 years, you'll be in a conversation. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's what it is, bro. At the end of the day, yeah, these smaller teams, yeah, you have to think about it from a business point of view and a football point of view. Most man ain't trying to see flipping some team from flipping Ukraine or anywhere like that, bro, or even like the Republic of Ireland or something like that. Man don't want to see them, bro. Now I'm saying in the Republic of Ireland, you got to do qualifiers for the Europa League, blood.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Europa League qualifiers, bro.
Even if you win it. Even if you win the league.
Bro, even if you win the league, you have to go into qualifiers for the Europa League. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. Because success is rewarded, bro. Is that not what we want in sport? You reward success with trophies or money or another place in Europe, bro. My problem with the Super League is they're not rewarding success. They're rewarding mediocrity, blood, because you don't have to win and you're getting paid. So
true,
the actual coefficient.
I mean, listen, there's 2 ways to see it, and the way you're talking is the way I prefer it, innit? All I'm saying that there's some people who just see it in a way that, look, it's called the Champions League. There should only be champions in it, innit? Or there should only be teams that finish first or second in their league, innit? Which is, by the way, what at one point the Champions League was supposed to be. In a new era of the game years ago, that's the way it was supposed to be. Only champions and teams that finish second in their league. But obviously now they have to stagger it like this, innit? But going into the Super League, this is where Perez was like, look, the way that this structure is for UEFA, it sucks. It doesn't benefit. It ultimately doesn't benefit even the big clubs to be part of that competition. Obviously, he said a lot of other mad stuff. Like,
no, I know what he's saying. Yeah, he's saying it doesn't benefit the big clubs. Yeah, but at the end of the day, really and truly, it's one of them ones where why should it any more than the other clubs, bruv? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, there's a certain percentage of money that they get or whatever, but these men want more money for competing in the Champions League. Like, why, bruv? You know, like that. At one point, man said something like, "Oh, we're struggling right now. We're struggling right." Bruv, if they ask for more money for the winners or something like that, cool, I can get behind that. But why should we give you more money for just being there, bruv? That's some bullshit, fam.
Yeah, because his concept is that he thinks, that
the however man are trying to Americanize it, bro.
No, Yeah, you know the problem with Perez, yeah. What he's saying, yeah, is how he's not said it in these words, but ultimately what he's trying to say is, however you slice it, the teams that no one cares about the Champions League if besides the these 12 teams are what brings in the eyeballs, or the 12 to 15 teams are what brings.
Yeah, but they only but you know why I say that's bullshit.
He's trying to say, yeah.
Akeem, you know why I know that's bullshit? Because watch-alongs for the Europa League will get less views than watch-alongs for the Champions League, bro. I get more views, yeah, in a Champions League game, yeah, watching a team that's not United than doing the United Europa League watch-along, because no one gives a fuck about the Europa. Whoever's in the Champions League, man, are going to watch it anyway, I promise you. If it was West Ham, yeah, versus Atletico Madrid, I'm watching it.
And everyone would watch it.
Everyone would still watch it, bro. Don't get it twisted.
But you know what? This is where, and this is what I said to someone in the group chat, in one of my group chats, is like when someone said, look, what's different? Like the what is the difference between having a European Champions League and the European Super League? And people don't realize that Champions League and even these competitions are built on history in it, and it's built on people care about the competition regardless of who's playing in it. Like, people love that competition. It's the elite and it's the biggest high of any club football competition award accolade you can get in it. You can't just suddenly make some artificial competition and then just suddenly say, oh, that's the biggest competition now. That's the reason why no one's going to rate this Nations League thing. No one's going to rate it because it hasn't got the history or the import. It's not got the European. Bro, there's only 2 major competitions that people care about in international football. You can't just sprinkle a new competition and say, you know what, this competition is important now. It's a major trophy.
No, bruv. Like, it has to gain importance over time.
Exactly.
You know them ones there, and that's what it is. And that's why they said about the Super League wasn't going to have no soul, bruv. It wasn't going to have no soul. But this whole Champions League thing, yeah, it's just like Perez said about El Clasico. He's chatting shit, bro. El Clasico's been washed for a minute, bro. He was like, oh, the whole world stands still at El Clasico, and that's the only game in the world. And bruv, El Clasico's shit, bruv. It's been shit for a minute, bro. You know what I mean, bro? As far as I'm concerned, bro, the only time I used to watch El Clasico all the time was when Real Madrid had the Galacticos. And it was Zidane, Raul, and them, man. That's when I used to watch El Clasico every single year. Every year without fail, whether it was Copa del Rey.
The reality is most of them Messi v Ronaldo El Clasicos were dead. That's the reality.
Shit,
bro. Most of them were dead.
The only one I remember is when Mourinho got played 5-0 or something like that, bro. At home.
You know how many times? Yeah, I got excited about that game. I cleared my schedule to watch that game, Messi v Ronaldo in their prime, Barca v Real Madrid, and it was a dead game, bro. The amount of times.
You know what I'm saying? A man could say, oh, no game gets more views than El Clasico. Look, bruv, you see this El Clasico nonsense, yeah, bruv. Do you know the amount of history that Real Madrid and Barcelona and that have, in loads of other countries, due to the fact that they've had loads of players play for them? Man will watch El Clasico, but why do Real Madrid and Barcelona not make the same money, from TV that the teams in England do? They don't, bruv. You know why, bruv? Because man don't really care like that, bruv. If they did, these man wouldn't be broke now. You know them ones. Like, don't get gassed by the figures of their games, for 1 game or 2 games a season. What about the rest of the games you play?
And by the way, that's where I feel sorry for a lot of the rest of the La Liga, innit? More than even any other league, because Perez, and even the whole Barcelona and Real Madrid boards, which is no shock that they're the last 2 teams that have not even left the Super League. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they're getting on the phone to other teams to just replace them, because Perez is one of them man who probably don't care, innit? So, I remember watching years ago, the La Liga show, and they showed the TV rights distribution in it. And
it's a joke.
Back then, this was about 5 years ago. This is even before Atleti was even respected. Like they weren't even, and Atleti must have had like about 4% or something. Bro, these 2 teams, Real Madrid and Barcelona, had about 75%. They had a contract where 75% of the games has to have either Barcelona or Real Madrid it televised. I remember. That was part of the contract, bro. So that means if you take out those 2 teams, bro, you're hardly ever going to get a game televised without them 2 teams playing. bro.
Well, there you go. But that's why they want to. That's why slightly they want to leave La Liga, because they're not getting, bruv. Because no one watches them unless they're playing each other, bro.
Exactly.
So and he can talk about El Clasico to the cows come home. El Clasico, yeah, once or twice a year, can't make up for the fact you got Gareth Bale on 600 grand a week, blood. That's why you're in bare debt, fam.
100%. And the reality is, bro, like these men don't care. Forgetting about even global football, they don't even care about their fellow Spanish clubs, innit? Real Betis and teams that had money that 20 years ago that now are dried up because the way they suck the life out of the game. Atletico is actually the one team out of the 12 that I most feel that I don't feel sorry for, but I understand they have to play catch up. They have to keep up with the other two. And they've now closed that gap in terms of TV rights to the other two over in La Liga. And ultimately, they do have to follow on. It's not like Chelsea and City as much, because in their own right, those teams are both rich and they're both doing well in their own right. Atleti has to keep up with them too. They have to. Otherwise, they're going to get sucked into the rest of the other teams in La Liga. Bro, and Perez is coming on like he's trying to make people feel sorry for him in his league about, like you said, about them having no money. Bro, you got no money because you've overspent on players that have not done well enough for your club. You've not brought in enough money because your club's stature and status is bigger than the actual money coming in. And no one cares about La Liga because you guys for 20, 30 years have made it a Barcelona v Real Madrid team instead of making other teams around you as strong.
Bro, if you make the other teams around you stronger, the league is stronger, bro. That's what they should have been doing. But them man have been greedy from early, bro.
And it's mad because
that's just what it is.
It's mad selfish because you think about it, it's stupid, yeah. It comes back down to competition, innit? Yeah. If these men really wanted competition and wanted to improve their league and they wanted a long-term game plan to make it better, bro, between them two teams, they've got probably about 10 good players in their squads that they don't use. Put them out on loan to only Spanish clubs, only available to Spanish clubs. Yeah. Let Real Betis and Levante and these teams, Real Sociedad, pick them up. These teams will become better because of the loan players that they're using from Real Madrid and Barcelona. It will improve the whole league, but Perez doesn't want competition. These men just want to play like some drafting. So, do you know what I'm saying? Some NBA, Southern, Eastern and Western League. Bro, you can do that in any sport but football because it will not work in football for the very fact that fans like the fact they like the jeopardy. Do you know what I'm saying? They like the fact. Look at people like Jack. Jack said openly he likes the excitement of getting promoted and getting relegated, bro. For some
he prefers the championship because you get to travel. You get me. Games are coming thick and fast, and that it's different.
Exactly. So there's a lot of fans who are not just like what Perez thinks, which it just wants big players playing, like world-class players to get players. That's what he thinks. He thinks everyone just wants to see Messi v Ronaldo or best players v best players. Like, people love the weird thrill of success and failure. That's what people, that's what he doesn't understand. People like the feeling, oh my days, if we don't win today, we could get relegated. Like that weird, it's a weird excitement. And he doesn't understand that. And that's
bro. And also there's actual real football fans, bro. Like real football fans that care about football, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? That they're overlooking these people. They just think that people just want to see big names and shiny things and all that. Nah, bruv. Sometimes we just want to see good games of football, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of these teams, yeah, they don't play good football necessarily. Not that attractive. When I look at that Super League, yeah, and I look at some of them teams, bro, United, the football shit. Tottenham, the football shit.
Bro, Arsenal, games would have been dead.
Arsenal, the football shit. Liverpool, the football shit most of the time. Sometimes it's all right, but most of the time it's shit. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, Man City play good football. Chelsea's football is good sometimes. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, AC Milan sometimes. Inter Milan, I don't like watching them. It's kind of dry. You know what I'm saying? Bro, like, when I go through all these teams, there's not many teams that actually enjoy watching. Real Madrid, cool. Real Madrid can ball. When Real Madrid are on their thing, they play some good football. Sometimes it's boring. You know what I mean? Bayern on in it, and they play wavy football. Do you know what I mean? So the actual spectacles themselves ain't even guaranteed to be wavy games, bro. They're not guaranteed, bruv. Do you know what I mean? So the way man's talking about this, I'd rather watch Man United away at Newcastle, yeah, than watch Man United away at the fucking Bernabeu if I'm going to keep watching it and we're going to put fucking 10 man behind the ball for the whole game. What's the point, bruv? What's the point? It's like them Arsenal fans that are celebrating finishing top 4 so they can get spanked 10-2 in the Champions League. Why are you celebrating being in a tournament that you ain't never going to win, bruv?
What's the point?
Don't make no sense, innit? So to me, yeah, I get more enjoyment out of watching exciting football than I do just because it's big teams, bro. Because we play most of these big teams in pre-season and all these other things, and the games aren't good. And this European tournament is going to be like a pre-season tournament because these men are getting paid just to be in it. They can't get relegated from it. They can't get kicked out of it. They're going to be in it next year. Bruv, what's the incentive to actually win it, bro? There's no incentive.
There's money.
If you lose your first 3 games, you'll be like, oh, fuck it. Man, I just parked the bus. Play for a draw and that, try not to get humiliated. That there's actually no point trying to win it because it's like, bruv, we could just go again next year. Go again next year, bruv. That's it. It don't make no sense. So the games weren't guaranteed to bang anyway.
It's just a different model, innit? Like, don't get me wrong, like that same model obviously happens in NFL and NBA where they play the same teams, a small section of teams year in, year out, because based on where they're based. And it works for them, innit? So the interesting part is, again, someone did ask, why can't it work for football if it works for NBA and NFL so well? I guess the difference is that the culture of that game is, it's not. You're right, actually. In a sense, bro. There's a lot of teams in NBA in NBA and NFL that have no chance of winning the Super Bowl or championship. Do you know what I'm saying? But they're just there, innit? And I guess I've never thought about it until now about how the motivation of either the fans or those teams are during the season when they know they're down. They know there's no chance they're going to win a bowl or a ring. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I've never thought of it until now. And I guess that's the weird thing about that system, but it obviously works because that's what people are used to over there. But here, there has to be the thrill of wanting something. And a lot of the time, even that that's why I did understand from that perspective what Jack was saying, that he'll rather be in a relegation fight than be in a mid-table, because those mid-table clubs, it's true, teams like Southampton and that, bro, they finish mid-table every year. Like, what's the excitement? Like, you're not going for top, you're not going for Europe, you're good enough to not get relegated. You never end up getting to a cup final and winning one. So you're kind of just like, those are probably the least excited that of all the fans. They get the least thrill. Do you know what I'm saying? And a Super League will only make that the entire league, every single team, the same scenario where everyone's kind of like, if we're not one of the 2 best teams in this league, we ain't really got a chance. We're just kicking ball. So I couldn't imagine that happening still. And right now, if we done that Super League, United would be one of them teams that would just be like playing for vibes. That's it. Because we wouldn't be winning that. That's for sure.
But this is what I'm trying to say, bro. So at the end of the day, like, no matter which way you look at it, like, it's very clear why these men did what they did. And the one thing that's made the Premier League exciting, the most exciting league in the world, whether it's the best league in the world, I don't think it is. It's the most exciting because the gap in quality between the top and the bottom is smaller than any other league, bro. Like, anyone can beat anyone on any given Sunday, bro. And that is because all the teams have money. In Spain, Real Madrid and Barcelona literally nyam all the peas, blood. They nyam all the money, and all the other teams, have to rely on loans. Do you know what I'm saying? From them. So making their teams better and then give them back, or they're relying on their academies to blood players. You even got teams like Bilbao that only have players from their region, and that it saves them a lot of peas. Do you know what I'm saying? But come on, bro. Like, imagine if there was a Manchester club that only had players from fucking Manchester. Like, could you imagine that? Man, get me turned over every week, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? So, do you understand what I'm saying? So, who are they competing with? It's a joke.
But you know what? It's like, listen, like everyone's tried different models in football, and I remember there was one point I think the Italian, I think it was Trapattoni, who is national team manager, and he said basically, he didn't say it in these exact words, but he said basically, if you don't play in Serie A, you're not playing for the country. Like, and I can't remember his reason. His reasoning was quite good, but basically based on, and you realized at that period of time, there was hardly any Italians in that team that wasn't in Serie A. All of them was in Serie A. So he managed to do that and managed to manifest a culture where everyone played in the league. And he said, you know what, if you play in another country, I can't guarantee you're going to play for your team. So all the Pirlo, Totti, these men all stayed in the country. Obviously, Totti, they stayed in for different reasons as well, but that's the point. But I feel like what people don't seem to understand about football, which is why people call it the beautiful game, innit? Yeah, compared to a lot of these American sports, is that it's not just American sports, you know. Yeah, it's other sports as well. Yeah, even golf or F1. Yeah, for example, they are what you call elitist sports, innit? Yeah, which is nothing wrong with it, but they're sports where if on any given Sunday I can't win, it doesn't matter how good I am. I could be the best driver in the world. If I race for a team that doesn't have the P's and doesn't have the technology as a Mercedes or Red Bull, I'll never win. It literally, it's impossible. I can't win. My car's simply not fast enough. And even to get into that game, into the race, into that 10, 11 teams, I need to drop 400 million as a team. If I don't have 400 M, you can't even open the door, let alone get in the door. You can't even open it. Do you know what I'm saying? So one of the beautiful things about football, and how it is a pyramid now, is that any given Sunday, any team can beat any team. Bro, we could play flipping Forest Green tomorrow and they could slap us 3-0. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, football is 11v11, one ball on the pitch.
Yeah.
Bro, that's what it is. It don't matter how you
upsets all the time. You see upsets all the time, bro. You know them ones. Remember when Red Bull had the best car? No one weren't catching Vettel, blood. It didn't matter. Exactly. It didn't matter. Obviously, Vettel's a bad boy driver, but it doesn't matter. To be fair, but we could have been driving that flipping Red Bull, blood, at the time. That Red Bull was moving, cuz.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what? And this is what I was gonna say, innit? Which thankfully don't look like it's gonna happen with the Super League. The sad part about it is, if it did happen, is all of these teams that play for, let's say you play for a Luton, or you play for a Wycombe Wanderers, or you play for a Rotherham. Yeah, you dream like when you go to bed at night and you wake up, your motivation is not necessarily to play for Rotherham against flipping Luton on a Wednesday night. You're dreaming that, you know what, if we win these 10 games in a row and for 3 years we get promoted, we could be playing against Man United at Old Trafford in the Premier League. If I'm managing one of these clubs, if I'm even owning one of these small clubs, I'm thinking, you know what, in 5 years we could be like what Man City is like now, and we can go up the pyramid and play against these teams. So they don't understand. This is what is the motivation of almost everyone in the game, not just the fans, innit? The players, bro. Honestly, if this happened, I think a lot of players, a lot of young ballers, just like 15, 16, will just pack it in. They'll just be like, you know what, dead this. They'll lose their motivation, because this is part of the dream of playing football, of this dream of coming through the ranks, going up the different pyramid to the top and play. Bro, the Super League shatters that whole dream, that whole concept. And it's the reason why it can't work, because it's not about money. People are not playing this game for money. Yeah. They're not playing it for money. They never did. They're playing it just so they can get from the bottom to the top. And for many people, that's more important than money.
Bruv, I hear you spot on, bro.
But yeah.
Bruv, nothing but fact.
Quick one though. If you are saying which chairman is which owners are most likely gonna leave out of FSG, Kroenke, or Glazers, who would you say?
I'd say Kroenke.
Or you think none of them? Or you think none of them? You think?
I think none of them. But if I had to choose one, I'd say Kroenke. Because I genuinely think that Arsenal are so far away from being successful that they're probably costing him money at this point. You know them, man. do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean?
He's really looking at it like, you know what? Oh my days. True say his franchises in the US are doing much better still. So
that's what I mean. He might say, "Yo, let me just pick up another one there, bruv, and drop these, man." You know what I
mean? Yeah, one thing for sure: the Glazers, the complete opposite. They're making peas with Man United still.
They're mashing peas, bro. And United are second in the league, bro, and they're in a cup semi-final. So you know what I mean? Man might just look at it and say, "Yeah, bruv," you know, like that. Listen, Kroenke might just say, you know what, these men are costing me peas. I gave them 70-odd million for Pepe. Like, you get me? Man are still eighth and that. Do you know what I mean? He could look at it that way and say, yo, this ain't working. How?
Yeah, for real.
So,
but we'll see in it. We'll see what the future. Listen, and the final thing I wanted to even say is that let's not think that a lot of people say the words "the fans won," innit? Let's not assume the fans haven't really won yet. They
didn't won shit, bro.
Because the truth is, all you've done is stop something for now. Yeah, you think you think Perez is just going to be like, you know what? Oh, okay, cool, allow it, bro. All he's going to do now is go back and probably try and talk to these men again. In a couple of years, he'll come back. Maybe not today. He'll come back again, and this time when he comes back, he'll make sure. He may not have these same 12. Maybe it will be a Newcastle because Mike Ashley will agree, or it will be a Celtic, and he'll bring these men together and he'll do it one way or another. Do you understand what I'm saying? And when he does that, no one's going to be able to say anything. The only way to fix this is fans finally have an opportunity to fight and have a system like what the Bundesliga had. You know, 50% or near 50% ownership. If they don't have that, we're just going to go back to where we are. Do you know what I'm saying?
That's never going to happen. That's never going to happen for the simple fact that I think we're too far gone. We're too far gone now with the amount of foreign investment in the Premier League. We're too far gone. There's too many owners and that. And guys, like I said yesterday, anyone that was watching my stream yesterday when everyone was celebrating that Woodward was gone, I told you, man, do not get gassed, bruv. Do not get gassed because they'll probably replace him with another Glazer puppet. And now the man are announcing that Richard Arnold Bray is going to be taking over, who's another accountant. So I told you. I told you. You know what I'm saying, man? That's why I ain't got no time for this football club, bro. I told man already. You know what I mean? One accountant out, another one in, another puppet in. Do you know what I mean? So all this talk of Edwin van der Sar, you man, don't get your flipping hopes. It's not happening, bro. Categorically, it's not happening. Do you know what I'm saying? There's going to be the Arnold Bray is going to come in, and that's going to be that, bro. And then it's going to be more the same shit. More the same shit, guys. You know what I mean? Ollie will still be there, and his cronies. You get me? And United will still be mediocre. The football will still be rubbish, and they'll still expect you to buy their 18th third away kit.
Yeah, same old story.
Bro. Same old story. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's all that's going to happen, guys. I'm telling you this 100%. They already got the new sponsor for the shirt next season, which is perfect. Because that means it's another reason to get a brand new shirt now. Man have to get it. Man can't say, oh, yeah, I've already got the Chevrolet one. Because now it's not Chevrolet no more. So now man are going to want you to buy another shirt again. And then there's going to be another 3 shirts out next season. And bare man are going to buy them, bruv. Allow them, man, there, bro.
For real.
Do you know what I'm saying? Fuck them, bro. Not interested. Do you know what I'm saying? And 100%, I'd rather watch Leeds versus West Ham than Atletico Inter. But that's why I tell you, bro, this Super League, yeah, man, are getting gas, bro. Most of them games will be shit. Promise you. You want to watch Juventus versus flipping Inter Milan, bro? Man wouldn't even watch it in. I won't even watch it in Serie A.
Just about,
bruv. You talking about, bruv? You know what I mean? Come on, bro. Arsenal versus Juve. Who's watching that? Tottenham Juventus, bro. Just boring games, blood. Like boring, fam. Nah, bro. Super League's a myth, blood. It's a myth. Do you know what I'm saying? Most of the people that watch football, are casuals, blood. Them man are not really into the tactical side of football. I'm fortunate, that in my community that I've built here, like I attract the people that are like-minded to me, bro. So the people in these comments, love the game of football. But most of the big fan channels and that, what do you think? Most of the people that watch them man are man that really care about football, or do these man just want clickbait, transfer rumors, and just taking a piss out of opposition players and that, bruv? Them man are not really interested in the art of football, blood. Them man are not gonna watch those games.
For real.
They're not gonna watch those, Akeem, bro.
That's the thing, isn't it?
The casuals would not watch that game.
Yeah, it's delusion, bro, and it's mad. It just shows when you're so far away from the game. When you're so far away from football, you don't know what's happening. You don't even know what people think like. You don't know what the average fan thinks like. But anyway, we're gonna see. We're gonna see what happens in the next couple of days. This soap opera is gonna continue, innit?
Yeah, exactly, 100%. Big up everyone inside. Do you know what I'm saying? Smash up the like button, people. Them, you already know that it's back again for the Red Talk. You man that was sending all the flipping United quotes and all that in there. Make sure you got them ready for 7 o'clock. I'm back with Saeed, people. You get me? So we can talk about more United stuff then. You know them ones. So big up everyone inside. Make sure you follow Akeem on the socials. You already know what it is. Make sure you follow Cheeky Sport. You got the hyperlink in the title, people. Mad love to all the mods for keeping everything patterned. And man's gonna see you, man, back here at 7. Yeah, Stat man. If you wanna jump on, bro. Like it's a minor. See you, man.